Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel for another tarot pick a card reading. In today's reading, we are diving into what are their intentions. We want the brutally honest truth about this, so no sugarcoating it, essentially. We really want to know if this person is someone that you can trust, if their intentions align with yours as well, because whatever the person may be, whatever the specifics of their connection, whether it's romantic, friendship, co-worker, even business partner, whatever, this is just to make sure that, you are being taken care of. And like I said, you guys are on the same team. So yeah, that being said, make sure you get yourself into a receptive mode. If you need to know how to do that, check out my video link down below as always on how to pick a card using your intuition. Once you're there, we have our pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. You can see the timestamps down below, and I will see you at your time. Hey group 1, let's get started with your tarot pick a card reading today about what are their intentions, the brutally honest truth about their intentions. So let's place our cards. We have connection as our overall energy, which is good because like I said, we're trying to see if this is a pure kind of connection. So that being the highlighting factor is a good sign. We have the 9 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, balance, the Chariot, and then the 10 of Wands. Wow. Okay. So it's interesting because this energy is very much like what you would hope for, I want to say. I am a little curious here about the 10 of Wands being at the end of the reading, but nonetheless, it feels like your energies, when they come together, are very positive. I feel like you guys lift each other up really well. Like maybe you see each other for different things that other people don't notice. But there's something here about being very much enthused by the reaction that you are receiving from this person. So that's a good sign, obviously, because that, instinctually we have kind of a radar that's going to tell us if something is right for us and if something's not. But this feels very safe. I'm thinking about my energy right now and like trying to read this, and like whenever I channel, I kind of take on the energy, and the way that I'm interpreting this feeling that I'm going through right now is like, I'm not necessarily sure of what the point is, but I want to take things slowly and kind of divulge and, enjoy what is in front of me, essentially. And I think that is this person's intentions when it comes to you. 9 of Cups is very much having this intention of having your cups filled, having a wish fulfilled. Your cups are your emotional wells and reservoirs. So I feel like there's something here where you definitely do that for this person. You make them feel like I said, their needs are being met. But these are needs that aren't necessarily things that it's I don't know how to explain it. It's not something that they can like reciprocate, if that makes sense. Like it's little things that are very specific to them that it's like maybe you don't need that back, but you give that, if that makes sense. Like, so there's something about this where like, I think this is what I was about to say about like, this is just liking who you are, because this person, like I said, like if they feel like you are doing certain things that are just wonderful, it makes them so happy, but that's just who you are. So vice versa, I feel like that is the theme in this connection, which is really nice, honestly. But when we're thinking about intentions, this is something that can be a little lazy. It can be a little self-indulgent and just really enjoy what is being given to it and the kind of the status that brings. Oftentimes with connections, you do have an opportunity to elevate your status or change your status in some way. So I feel like this person feels like emotionally their status is being fulfilled. Like for whatever reason, something that is brought to them from this connection is like elevated them in terms of like self-worth and feeling like they're getting some kind of recognition that maybe, like I said, they didn't have in the past. Because with the 6 of Wands, this card is normally like a guy off on his high horse, like riding off into a crowd of people that are all cheering for him. So in this depiction of the card, I like it because it shows that there's this kind of passion that is all encompassing in your energy in those moments where it's, like I said, like not yes men around you, but almost like people that really cater to this self-image that you want to have. So you might find that these people or this person really like feels like you, I mean, there's a reciprocity here. So I'm trying to like make sure that it's like this person isn't just trying to do this for you. Like there's a reciprocity both of you get, but like I said, there's something almost hands off about it where it's just the energy you guys are in. Honestly, astrologically speaking, this makes me think of like the energy of a conjunction, because when you have two planets on top of each other, that is a conjunction, and it's a very all-encompassing, powerful energy. So I feel like this is kind of that vibe for the relationship. But again, when it goes into actual intentions, it's like not really feeling the specifics of it necessarily, or at least it doesn't start off that way, because this is, like I said, a very natural kind of flowing connection. Things just come naturally. You guys get each other. You guys can kind of receive and give in a way that like is very on brand for what you're wanting and expecting, basically. But with balance here, I feel like there will be a very large like epiphany moment where you realize, like I said, maybe there is the laziness in this connection. Maybe there is kind of a desire, I don't know, to not necessarily let things take flight as much because you are used to the laziness. It's interesting, we have like the skulls here and then the birds up here. You have flowers, like it's like there's fruit to bear here, but you have to let certain things die. And I think part of, oh, and it was 555 when I said that on the timer too. So I feel like there's something here where they are realizing like intentionally that they have to have more intention here, and that is the balance to be brought to the situation. But when you're in such a high horse position like that, you know, it's interesting. It brings us to the Chariot after balance when they have that epiphany, because it's like, well, I mean, why would I lose what I'm like have right now and like the ease of this right now when I could keep riding this out, is what this feels like. And then we go into the 10 of Wands, which is burnout energy. So I feel like this person kind of intends to ride this roller coaster until, I mean, it's not even a roller coaster because it's easy. So like, it's like riding this wave, literally, like they're surfing a nice Hawaiian wave until it, you know, crashes into sea or into shore inevitably, and then just kind of dissipates. And I feel like that's almost this person's expectations with this, because like I said, they were called to make some kind of adjustment, and for some reason they just wanted to continue on the path that they're already on with this. So I'm going to pull some more cards and get some more clarity on this. What do I want to do? Do I want to do tarot or... See, I can't even decide, like, this is, again, I'm like channeling energy as I'm sitting here trying to decide like what kind of cards I want to use to clarify. But then I'm like, well, what am I even trying to clarify here? So there's something here with this, like, there's, I don't know, it's surface level almost. Like they won't let you go too deep into whatever because, I don't know, this person has something going on. Okay, we have journey. So the 9 of Cups, I feel like this person is on a self-love journey, and like, you know, when you're at the 9s, you're towards the end of it. So I feel like they're starting to get to this place where they really feel self-satisfied. And it's been a long time coming. And maybe that's what this ease of this connection represents. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. Harmony with the 6 of Wands. It definitely represents that you guys are coming from a space that, like, well, I should say this person is coming from a space where like they have done a lot of work to get to a place of harmony where things do come with ease and things do just unfold simply in front of them. You know, I think this person has dealt with a lot of complex connections in the past. So their intentions here were really to, it's funny because this intention that was here with journey here, it started long before you. And we see that with this starting off with a 9, you know, this is something that has already been moving. So if this is like a newer connection, this could be someone that is not necessarily ready for a new start just yet because they're on their ending and they feel like they've really earned this ending and this kind of peace that they're in right now. Yeah. With balance and issues, I feel like this is them getting kind of karmic justice in a way is how they feel about what they have gone through. And maybe these are issues, I don't know, I feel like these are issues not with you. And if they are with you, like for a few of you it might be the case. I don't know, it's one of these things. This person has kept you at arm's length, you're reachable because there's a certain amount of distance that, like, it's like you guys are friendly. That's a good way to put this. You guys are friendly with each other in the sense that if you guys see each other passing each other in the grocery store, you're gonna like wave to each other and say hello. So that energy versus like, someone who's like, they see you and they're like, oh my gosh, that's my best friend, and running up and screaming, that's a different energy versus seeing someone and not wanting to talk to them at all. So like you're in that middle ground where it's like they know that there's something good here, but maybe they just don't. They have issues with, like I said, really like seeing the other side of this, which could be the complexity, which could be different energies and just different movement, honestly. And I think that's what's kind of interesting, and maybe why you're here for this reading, is that you're just like, well, what is the intention here? Like quite literally what this reading is about is what you're trying to like really figure out in this connection, and they're not necessarily focused on that. I think their intentions show a little bit more like coming to terms with the pain that they experience and how that doesn't have to be the norm. We also have stalling too, though. So like and with that coming out with a Chariot, that is again not a very enthusiastic energy for making the positive changes that they would want to make, well, that you might want them to make, I should say, in this connection. Because if they can get, they feel fulfilled from the level of relationship that you guys have now, because it's already filling their ego and it's filling their cup and it's making them feel seen and recognized, Again, in astrology, this is also making me think of like trine synastry, where it's like you guys have really easy aspects to each other, or again, like the conjunction. The conjunction is not always easy necessarily, but there's this ease of energy that makes it so it's kind of hard to like really see what work needs to be done in that area, because it's like you can get away with not doing the work. And I think that's what this person, like how they're kind of seeing it, and that's why they're on this track of like, well, I'm just gonna keep doing this the way that I'm allowed to do it right now. So if you're like a friends with benefits with this person, I would definitely say that this is not something that looks promising to unfold into something that you want in the relationship. If anything, yeah, I mean, we're seeing this person move into some shadow behavior from this like healed spot that they were at. So it's kind of interesting because, like I said, this person's journey has been about self-love and building some sort of like self-esteem and pride in themselves. And when they got that, it's like I don't know, it's like running for a really long time, not having any water, and then you finally get water, and then you chug it, and then all of a sudden now you have a cramp because you drank too much water too fast. Like, so I feel like that's kind of this, or also like a lottery, like someone winning the lottery. It's like, they were working really hard, or they were working their whole life to try to like just make ends meet, and then all of a sudden they randomly win the lottery, and it's like maybe they weren't prepared necessarily for that like heightened sense of satisfaction, honestly. So it goes back to the saying where people say like some people are more afraid of success than they are failure. Like this is somebody like getting something that they wanted, like they had asked for ease, they had asked for connection that was right for them, and they got it, and now they're like in their chaos brain still, where they expect things to go wrong. So it's funny because this person is, instead of having externalized problems with a person like they're used to, they're having more internalized problems. And the issues that are coming up are way more about them and what direction they want to take. Because I feel like before, maybe this person was more directionless, where they, like I said, external events thwarted them and put them in different positions. But now this person has been given the freedom over their healing journey to now make their own decisions, and now it feels like they're kind of fumbling the opportunity. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like Control and the Ten of Wands coming out after stalling issues, like it gets to the point where this person like is very comfortable with where they have newly found themselves at, and I think they get a little sidetracked from this healing tangent that they were on. So let me see more of what this person's intentions are for pile number 1. We have open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. And we have earth sign. I want some more cards. Here, let me use my little box here with my written notes before I say too much. Okay. So we have trying to move on, not working. We have crush. Truly not looking for anything. They know better now. Circling back. And man-eater. Okay. That's what I was going to say. Because, like, open your heart and communicate, earth sign. Like, right off the bat, we have connection here. Like, forward facing, this seems good intended, but there's something here where this person is emotionally unavailable. And it's interesting because the only emotional card that we had come out for the tarot is the 9 of Cups, which is a self-satisfying card. I mean, the image kind of depicts that in itself, but there's something here where, like, this person just wants to have their fill and, you know, bust their nut, if you will. Like, there's something here where this person, like, really just feels like they want things to be surface level, and they don't want, like, they want to move on and they want to experience connection, but they don't want to go to the depth yet. Maybe they're not ready because of something that they've gone through in the past. You know, earth sign energy is always noted to be slow moving, but also strategic, and I mean, really focused on gaining an investment back, honestly. So I feel like this person is intending to explain to you maybe where they're coming from, and, you know, maybe trying to explain that they've been really trying to get to a place where they can kind of deepen a connection, but they're not there yet. Maybe they know better now that they truly aren't really looking for anything. I think with man-eater coming out here, I think maybe that is an issue here too, where they're starting to realize, like, maybe the ease of the connection, like, that scares them, because, like I said, this person's on chaos mode. To experience someone that brings ease, like, they might feel like they're being played because they're so used to, like, more of a fight, which is, it's funny because maybe that's just not at all, like, what you are bringing to the table in any means, actually. But that perception of you can be very, like, loose in that regard, where, like I said, they don't know how to, like, explain their lightness of investment, so they project it onto you, and that's, you know, could be the man-eater energy, where it's like, oh, this person just likes what I have to give them. And it's like, okay, they like you, or you like them because, like, this person, I should say, likes you because you satisfy them in ways that they feel like they don't have to give back, and vice versa. Like, you guys both share that, so, like, to pinpoint either or as being, like, the one is, like, kind of silly here. Again, though, this could be very projection oriented, because once this person realized that they were safe with you, that's when they started to circle back to their emotional dysregulation, honestly. Like, they circled back to old habits and old ways of being that aren't helpful, and they know that that's not, like, a helpful way to experience life, but they also can't necessarily help that that's where they're at. Like, and I think it's going to take this person honestly choosing a more superficial route of investment before they realize that, wow, they are literally just doing something to feed their ego. It's not even about what they feel impassioned by anymore. Like, so yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'm not gonna, like, say that this person is, like, not good intended, but it does feel like their intentions kind of, like, are open-ended, loose-ended. Like, there's not, like, a very defined clue of, like, where this is supposed to lead with you. If anything, like I said, they're milking it until they can, you know, get something else out of it, get something, a different feeling out of it. But it's weird because the different feeling is going to come from them realizing that the way that it's been going is not going to sustain them, if that makes sense. So, or you, honestly, you guys aren't going to sustain a relationship when it's so like kind of hands off in a way. So yeah, I mean, the goal here is connection though. We can't look past that, but you know, people are where they're at in their own journey, and despite how far they've come, like I said, sometimes when you reach that point of ease in your journey, it's like Eve being tempted with the apple, you know, like it's like this thing where it's like, I'm not necessarily supposed to do this because it's like indulgence. But, you know, it's like, did you get carried away with it? Did she, instead of eating an apple, did she bake a whole pie and like make, you know, like it's just like all about how you care and handle that energy. So yeah, I hope that clarified things for you guys. And if it did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And and of course, subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages like so. Gosh, I can't talk today. But if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, check out the link below as always to my website or my Instagram, wherever you want to chat with me. Also Facebook. But yeah, otherwise I'm going to skedaddle and I'll see you guys in a later video. Peace. Hey group 2, we're going to get started on your reading today about what are the person on your mind's intentions towards you. What is the brutally honest truth about what's going on in this connection? So we have curiosity. So far, I'm liking how these readings are starting off energetically. We have 3 of Wands, the Crone of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, Crone of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. Okay, wow. Wow. So wow is a great way for me to channel this energy, because I feel like that's how this person feels about you and vice versa. You guys both have this like, wow, like I'm intrigued. I'm very interested. We have the 3 of Wands and 3 of Cups here. So this could be someone that you, I mean, with curiosity here, like you are not attached to this person. You don't have the right maybe to claim them at this time, for whatever reason. So I feel like there's the strong curiosity comes from this intention of like, I need to find out more, obviously. But in terms of like 3 of Wands starting us off, this is like, I need to see who this person is and where they're going. Why are they crossing my path? Like, that's kind of how I'm interpreting this. I think this person has only met someone like you every now and then. Like, it's you're hard to come by, you know. You're the kind of person you only see every like 7 years is what I want to say. Like, just this person in their mind, they've made some kind of like folklore around you where they've said like, okay, this is their tale, their lore. I love that. The unicorn though in this card is always funny to me, because it goes to show that like the forces around us, while they, you know, are in constant motion here with this triangle and kind of always teetering in a certain way, you found a way to kind of be different and be unique and stand out. And I feel like this person, like, you know, feels like they kind of go through a cycle where it goes one way and it's the other. So for you to come through and break through the cycle in a way that like strikes their curiosity and makes them see that there's like differences in ways that are like exciting to them, I feel like this is very like a good energy to them. They feel like you are a breath of fresh air, a positive influence, somebody that like really makes them wonder what could be, you know. Obviously this won't be for all of you, but this is very third party vibes with both the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. The Crone of Cups and the Crone of Pentacles, like there's a good match here that like is, you know, because they're a good match, like you kind of like really eye them and you look at somebody and you just like, you seem like it, but, and then you just kind of like have to like look at all the different qualities about them and like really like take it in. You're like, you seem like a good match, but is it too good to be true? Like, these are the kind of questions that I feel like are coming up for both of you guys. Yeah, I don't know. There's something too, I think you make this person feel very like intrigued about things that they lost interest in at one point. Like that breath of fresh air is not always like fresh air. It could be something that is like air that had at one point gone stagnant or sticky because they never opened the window in that room. Like that's kind of what the vibe is here. And I think this person feels like you have opened up like a window in their house, if so to speak. If their house is their inner world, you have opened up some kind of portal to them where it's like being able to see into an area that you once had a lot of curiosity about, but for whatever reason kind of left behind. So that's fascinating, total side note. But like with the Crone of Pentacles coming up next though, there's something that is very much like endearing about your personality, because it's very much mirroring this person's seriousness about things. Curiosity is butterfly kind of energy, but the root of that kind of curiosity is somebody that like really passionately needs to have an answer, and that is some kind of root, and that's some kind of like, I don't know, the anchor of all of that is very fascinating to this person. So maybe this is them seeing you as having that strong sense of anchor in you. Maybe that's what's like a commonality between you two. I'm not quite sure how to interpret this like a message that's coming through with that. We'll have to clarify a little bit more with other cards here in a second. But moving on to the Three of Cups though, intentionality with that, it's very funny because I feel like the seriousness of like that breath of fresh air and how they were able to experience it made them realize that they could have some fun here. Like it makes me think of like somebody that knows a TV show that that like you haven't even thought about in forever, but they start quoting it and you start quoting it because you remember it again. Like that's the vibe here. It's like, oh my God, wait, this is like an old energy that I forgot I knew how to do. Playing an old game that you used to play or something. Like there's a lot of like just like a childlikeness that comes with this energy. So I feel like this person really intends to not necessarily let their guard down, but just like let themselves enjoy what they see. Like I feel like this person has been very serious about a lot of things for a long time, and like I said, maybe that's why they kind of held you at a certain distance and like sized you up to see if you were like, if you had that complexity to you, I guess, of like newness and excitement, but also an anchor. Like the anchor is a big thing, I feel like, with this person. They want to feel like there is some kind of common ground for you guys to stand in together, or anybody really, before they actually like really invest in people. But this is somebody that like has already had financial investments come back, I want to say, and bite them in the past, but also has come into fruition. So like they, that's where their curiosity has some stability, and the anchoring comes in, is like this person knows that like their curiosity could lead them into really good places. So having some kind of enthusiasm about you, or feeling like you have something new to offer, like something to them, that strikes a reminder of like the usefulness of somebody. Like this person is very good at knowing the usefulness of somebody or something or a situation. And like I said, you open up this portal that they recognize as being something of good use and good, I don't know, just availability, honestly. Like there's a certain availability about your energy that this person recognizes to be helpful to them and to be something that they can work with, play with, enjoy. Three of Cups is all about celebrations and really enjoying the company that you keep. So that's another part of this too. Crone of Cups is fun because I feel like this is, like I said, not necessarily keeping a wall up or down. It's just kind of like they're allowing whatever is being presented in front of them to reflect like its intentions back to it, if that makes sense. So like this person, while you are sitting here being like, well, what are their intentions? They're sitting here wondering, what are your intentions? What do you have to bring? What are you going? They're sizing you up equally, and they're looking at you as an equal. So whether you take it as that or not is kind of up to you. But yeah, I want to clarify actually with more tarot cards for some of these, because the theme here is very back and forth. So there's some mixed feelings here with the curiosity. Let's put this here. We have the Sun. Clarifying those two. And then what's going on here? Queen of Swords. You guys are really well developed, I want to say. Like, this person is noticing you as being really well developed, and they are realizing that, like I said, that's fun for them. They see that you are anchored in good things. You're a protector in a lot of ways. Like, you protect your own happiness and your own sense of curiosity. Like I said, you look for useful things that help you feel good inside. Yeah, you could have really strong, like, Gemini, Virgo, 3rd house, 6th house placements, just a dominant Mercury, whatever it may be. Like, there's something very strong, though, about your discretion, but your strategy, the way that you plan, but you also have some kind of curiosity to, like, mutate what is being given to you, essentially, and, like, turn it into something beneficial to you. So the Crone of Cups being clarified and the Ten of Swords being clarified with the Queen of Swords, I think there is a level of intimidation here. So again, with the usefulness, it's trying to figure out exactly how you will be useful. I don't think this person has met a lot of people that they considered an equal, or that they considered of, like, equal value in a lot of ways. This person holds a lot of discretion powers, and honestly, at times, I think that works against them. I think with their intentions with you, they have been really shown nothing but, like, good, like, intentions, honestly. Like, I feel like they're one, like I said, about your intentions, and you're just showing good intentions. Like, you don't have necessarily any kind of game plan. You are just really doing as you wish. I think filling your own destiny too, like filling out your own destiny. I don't know why this is coming to mind, but I'm thinking of, like, Mad Libs, and how you have, like, you know, a whole story, but you fill in the adjective, the noun, the whatever they request of you. And it feels like this is that, like, how this person is viewing you, is, like, taking this situation as being someone that's just kind of, like, filling in the blanks as it's coming up. And creating something from that. So I think this person's intention is to maybe better understand that method that you act in, because they don't really know what you see in them, if that makes sense. Like, they feel like they are really trying to see you and be a mirror to what you are giving to them, but they don't even, they can't process what's being given to them. So I feel like their intention is to understand, to figure it out. You know, it's funny I brought up, like, a third party energy here, because we have the Crone of Cups, the Crone of Cups, the Crone of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Those are 3 characters. So if you are in kind of like a group of 3, you know, you might find that there are characters that take on more of, like, the Crone of Cups, which is being, you know, that investor type personality, someone that really eyes out on a strategy level, like, you know, financially planning, like, where are we going to spend our money, where are we going, like, a planner. And then you have someone that is more, like, emotional and is, like, kind of a mirror, someone a little bit more flowy, someone that has a little bit more go with the flow energy, but that still works really well for them, probably because they're constantly being met with this mirror of other people, and they learn about other people, and then they learn to adjust based off of what they learn about other people. But then we have this Queen of Swords character, and I'm going to try to distinguish that you or them. So that could, I mean, this Queen of Swords character, I feel like she is coming in as being, like, the third party in this. So this could be you, this could not be you. Take it as it resonates, but you will know who it is, I feel like, when just by how I describe this now. There's somebody that they're really in their head about this. They have this curiosity, but there's, like, a defeatist mentality where, like, no matter what they kind of have this curiosity about, it, like, it overtakes them. It becomes something where they get really serious about everything and, like, have a lot of expectations. So seeing these 2 other energies that are a lot more set in stone, that can kind of create this sort of, like, weird intention of, like, I'm having fun, but all of a sudden now I have to go back down that hole that I've always gone down. Like, there's something about this where this person gets newness, but then is, like, afraid of what that means for them. Maybe they think that it makes them less than. I don't know, their pride and ego come up a little bit in it. And it's like, as much as they like to enjoy this like camaraderie of friends and hanging out with people and whatnot, there's something that brings them a lot of questions about their own sense of self. And maybe that's like the curiosity that you awaken in them, honestly. Like I said, like it's that childlike feeling of something that you once like had closed the door and never opened the window in that room, so it got stagnant. Like I feel like that is so exciting to them, and they really intend to like reach into that part of themselves, but they're starting to realize that as they got older, the reason why that got pushed away was there was reasons behind it. You know, I think this person forgot that there were reasons that they like shut out these different parts of themselves and kind of compartmentalized. But now they're starting to realize like, oh, that's why I did that. Like, you know, maybe it was because of a certain reaction. I think this person compares themselves a lot, honestly. They take everyone's words very seriously. They take people's perceptions very seriously of them, and like almost mutate that information to like fit a certain narrative. Okay, we need to pull more cards because I keep trying to like get this out of the message, but there's more to get. Oh, and you know what, that again, I'm channeling here. So I feel like this person's intentions is like, they only have a little bit of information, or like a little, you know, it's very like, it's a nice zest and it's an interesting little blurb, but it's not enough. And instead of asking for more information and like proceeding on the next step, this person like freezes and like hyper fixates on the information that they have and like can't move forward from that for some reason, which is really stressful for them, for you, for everybody. It's weird. Yeah, we have chance. So again, I feel like this person, like they have a like set community, a set group of people, a set schedule. Like, you know, they have, this could be someone that works from home, you know, where they like very much are at their own beck and call, and they have their own kind of selection available at all times. So it feels like a chance or a blessing or something when like somebody new enters their life, because they're like, oh my God, I, you know, don't get this opportunity that often. But it's because maybe this person's a very curious person, but they don't leave that routine enough. So that could be kind of like a false sense of like, I don't know, chance or happiness, but I digress. That's not the point of this reading. We have stuck, peace, twin flame, and mystery. Okay, yeah. So this person, this one wanted to come out to limbo, which is valid for what I was just about to say. This person can't really put their mind on, and it's funny I say mind on, because now that I'm thinking about it, like this person feels very Queen of Swords energy, where like they really can't put their finger on what it is that you are bringing to them. Like I feel like this person feels very stuck in whatever routines that they're in, like I said, but there's something here about you giving them new knowledge that is like peaceful to their soul. But at the same time, it also is making them well aware that there's certain things about how they're operating that is very, like, it's too feminine. It's too receptive. It's too soft. It's too passive is what I want to say. Like, I feel like you come from a place that is very calm and genuinely like, I'm going to act when it's appropriate for me to act. And I think that's what this person is so curious about and admires about you, is like, they've never really seen someone do that. You know, there's something that is very like unplanned about your moves in their eyes. Like they don't see the back story of what you do. And like I said, that's the financial planner in you, the person that has some kind of good idea about what is worth investing time into and like actually applying energy to in the real world. So yeah, I feel like this person's intentions with you, like it's, you know, there's already something here, like a friendship or whatever, but it's one of those things where this person like is trying to use what you are as your, like who you are, as a tool for them. And just your existence is information that they can use to help themselves. And I feel like that's kind of their overall intentions here. It's not malicious in any sense. It's more so like, twin flame journey. You're using another person to help you understand yourself. And that's maybe the mystery behind this to this person, is they don't understand that maybe why they get in these limbo phases of comparison and like overthinking and whatnot. Like, they were right about you coming into their life for a reason. It's just like they get kind of in their head about interpreting that reason for like the power that it holds. Let's pull some more. 4 more cards. Yeah, we have gambling. This is a good risk. I feel like, you symbolize good risk to this person, and like a good faith in the universe in a new way. And maybe this person is not used to taking good risks. Yeah, we have intuition. Maybe this person feels like you're helping them come to terms with their intuition, and when they should be listening to their intuition. Because I feel like this person, like, you came into their life as a way to like show that energy to them. Yeah, we have liar. Someone is being sneaky. And then we have someone else. Someone is in the middle or trying to sabotage us. I told you there's a third party energy here. I'm gonna pull this. So, and we have love spell at the end. Okay, I was gonna say, so there, it feels like while this person is on this like more flighty path, there's still something here that they very much hope to gain out of this. That could be, understanding, like, I don't know. It's something about 3s here. Like, they don't understand, like, when people get in triangles or like third party situations, whether it's romantic, friendship, whatever, like when you're in that group of 3, there is always a realization that there is some things that you're closer to certain people with, and there's some that you're closer with other people with. Like, and that is the sides of yourself that can be hard to like integrate and understand together. Maybe this person, like if we're seeing here the other parties, we have the gambling, which shows that investment energy that we were talking about, of being able to like have a good sense of when to gamble, when to take the next, whatever, like leap of faith. So we might see that part where they struggle with that and try to have better intentions when it comes to that area of their life. So that could be a lot of enthusiasm that they have coming up here. But then we also have intuition, which shows that Crone of Cups energy as well, of like knowing when you should stop, knowing when you should, knowing things, that intuitive knowing. And I feel like something about this person, they have always kind of lied to themselves and accredited these skills to other people outside of themselves. Actually, it's fascinating because the energy of cheating in general symbolism, or even in dreams, shows where you are kind of compartmentalizing and cutting out a part of yourself, and thus the universe brings in a whole other person that embodies that energy to help you realize that you have cut that energy off, essentially. So I feel like that is the thing here, is that this person is coming, the whole intention behind this connection is for them to realize where they've kind of lied to themselves and have been pretty sneaky with their own mental energy and their own, their own qualities, essentially, and have hidden these qualities away. Hence why they have curiosity about other people that seem to have these qualities so strongly. It's like this person feels like they don't have these qualities, that they don't possess this certain je ne sais quoi, if you will, for just life and like really taking the lead on things. We had those 2 crone energies compared to the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords can be kind of bitchy and like have a lot of expectations, but not a lot of backbone or action to back it up. So I feel like this person is intending to learn how to have that active backbone, if that makes sense, and to make moves that not only financially help them, but like in terms of resources and self-value and like feeling emotionally in control of your life. Like, this is all what this person is trying to learn. And this feels very friendly in the sense of like just being next to you, they feel like is elevating them. But always keep an eye out that these people aren't taking from you and I don't know. It doesn't feel shady though. Like honestly, this person just feels like they have some low self-worth. So maybe that's why it could get weird sometimes. We have to question their intentions. But I feel like you embody and just emphasize certain qualities that this person really, really wants in their life. So if you ever get weird feelings from them, it might be like a low grade evil eye where they're just looking at you being like, fuck, I like want that. I like want that so bad for myself, but not in a way where it's like, I'm going to do something to take it from you. Like it's more so like, I'm going to try to, you know, be associated in that energy so much that it eventually becomes something that I understand, is how I would interpret this person's energy. Cutting back in really quick because I just realized I didn't pull some little messages cards. So let me do that really quick for you guys before I actually end the reading. Sorry, Mercury retrograde got my tongue once again. Okay. Okay. So we have, they are obsessed. Yeah, I could have said that. Like this person like is somebody that like looks on the sidelines and just stares at a girl or a guy or anybody just because they're like, oh my God, I love their pants. Like they're just staring at them because they're like, wow, that's crazy. You were the best they ever had still. So this person holds you in really high regard as well. Even if, you know, this isn't the person that you're with currently or whatever, or like if you guys aren't associated like super closely, like this is somebody that like thinks about you all the time because they're like, wow, like this is literally one of the best friend options, coworker options, business whatever it is. Like this was one of the best options I've ever had. We have trying to move on, not working. I feel like this person, that's their intentions. They are trying to move on, but they're having a really hard time. We have it's not what it looks like. So this person might intend to put on a face of like being like you and like other people around you just so they feel like they fit in. But I feel like it's not what they look like. Like they still feel less than. They still feel like they don't match up to energy. And then we have not fully invested, doubts, which is funny because again, I just was saying how the investor energy is so strongly apparent to this person in you as something that they are very much, they identify with. They want to identify with, but they have a hard time in identifying with it. So the fact that they have not fully invested, it goes to show like they're not fully invested in themselves and they have doubts about themselves. So it makes them feel like you can't be fully invested in them. You know, it's very mirrored energy here. But again, that's why they're curious about you in the first place, is because this is bringing up a lot of information to them. Hence the obsession behind it. Like they just need to figure this out because this isn't starving area in their energy, essentially. So that being said, group 2, I hope this message resonated for you. And if it did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages like so. If you want to book a personal reading with me, check out the link below as always to my website. And you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Otherwise, I'm going to skedaddle and I'll see you guys in a later reading. Peace. Hey, group 3, we're going to get started with your tarot pick a card reading today, all about what are their intentions. We're going to get the brutally honest truth on this and really see like how they're feeling about you and, you know, where they want to take things. So we have the second chakra, the sacral chakra. And then we have Maiden of Wands, Four of Swords, Two of Wands, Judgment, the Lovers, and the Three of Swords. Okay, that's actually very funny because you guys, I was pulling 5 tarot cards for each pile and 2 flew out for y'all at the end, and it was the Lovers and Three of Swords. I'm scared here, honestly, for this reading because this is the one that I was like, this is the juicy one for sure. So this person's intentions are very interesting because I don't know yet if it's you or them that are having this epiphany, but with the second chakra here, this is a newer deck for me, so I went in the book and just kind of read a little blurb about it. And one of the things that really stuck out to me was like, do you ever meet somebody that you're super, super attracted to at first? But then all of a sudden, like the closer you get to them, the more you realize there's like you don't like their smell or their mannerisms, or like there's something that is like very nichely repelling about them. That is like the energy that I am picking up here for the second chakra, but also the cards that I'm seeing play out here. And I feel like this is going to take one or both of you by surprise. I mean, probably both of you, honestly, because I feel like I said, there was a very strong attraction. The second chakra is all about this really strong pull that we get. I mean, if we think of like where the chakras sit in our body, the sacral chakra is right kind of below our belly button, you know, in an area that normally has kind of reproductive like parts and feelings and stuff like that. So like this is very interesting actually too, because we see it on this with the fire right here, like right kind of in that area right below the belly button, groin type vibes. So that fire, Maiden of Wands, is another example of this, is like just feeling like, wow, this person's so sexy, this person has it going on, like this person is, I'm intrigued, you know. And maybe it's not like full on like, oh my god, this is the best person I've ever seen in my life, but it was enough for you to like really feel caught, you know. I feel like the second chakra's energy is really this like hook that you get almost in your like stomach area. And, you know, it's like when you have butterflies in your stomach, or like that feeling in your gut, you know, like that's what that energy is. So you might have really felt that way at first. This person might have felt that way at first. But for some reason, it's interesting because it feels like you guys took some space apart, time apart, or just like this, I don't know. It's like this quickly went out, and it quickly like was diffused for some reason. Maybe because you guys are just both adults with lives and had things to do or something like that. But like, it honestly just feels like there was this very obvious like display of like, yeah, I like you. Yeah, I like you. We have this feelings for each other, whatever, like you're pretty good looking kind of thing. And then moving on to business, basically, with the Four of Swords here. And like really, I don't know, like there's still talking and progression somehow, but it's happening really slowly, and it's happening through like distance, or, you know, minimal contact, which then goes back into the Two of Wands, which goes back to contact. But now suddenly this contact feels divided in some way, like there's some sort of distance or some sort of decision to make about what the vibe really is here. And that's, again, it goes back to that niche ick the niche feelings that seem to be ultimately what our preferences are. And I feel like preferences become a big thing that comes up over time. This is kind of funny because it makes me think of like when you have an incense stick, and like when you initially light an incense, you have to kind of let it burn for just a little second, and then blow it out so then it can just smoke. But for some reason, like this makes me feel like the incense stick was like lit for too long, and it got a lot, and then it like burnt it out. It burnt like the whole incense stick in like one like big flame essentially, and then it was only like half of what it was. So that's kind of like the vibe here, is it's like you guys had like a really strong start, but then all of a sudden it was just kind of like something stunted it or got in the way, or like I said, just being adults or something like that. Maybe you guys are both in weird transitions, so there wasn't like, I don't know, there wasn't a super strong desire to let this passion like totally take you off guard. Like there was a feeling like, okay, I need to reel it in a little bit and make some decisions. Now that Two of Wands, like I said, is like having options, and oftentimes looking at what your choices are, and what your desires are to go with either choices. So maybe this person got more in their body about the situation, which is funny because like it was such a bodily reaction at first, but then maybe with more information that they gained over time, they started to I don't know, because this could also be like something, like I said, there's like a distance here, so they could fantasize and have some sort of like expectations that they feel like they want met, that somehow they aren't sure if you provide. Like there's something, I don't know, there's something interesting there. So we'll dive into more cards in a second with that, but just this base layer I want to get through. So Two of Wands going into Judgment. it's like, again, that choice comes up, but it's like way heavier of a choice and becomes way more of a confusing situation when it comes to like what they actually feel. Because like I said, this person has a lot of feeling and they had a good feeling, but now they have to go back into their body somehow and really decide like what is the right answer here. Because then we have the Lovers and then the Three of Swords. So it's like something here, they have a very pressurized choice to make that I think they're scared if they make the wrong one, it's really just going to hurt them and ruin a lot of what they were using this distance for. Like, this distance was protection. So it feels like they're afraid that, like, if you were to get close, is that going to, like, make this not have, like, a point behind it? Like, they're, like, almost like, why did I have that wall up if I'm going to let this person still get close enough to, like, climb it? That's weird. Okay, let me figure out more of what's going on here, because the energy here is very, like spoiling its own party kind of thing is what I want to say. Yeah, we have separation. Once again, there's that. Heart to heart. Honesty. Round and round. Ooh. Jealousy. And grounded. Okay, this person's afraid of like playing out a cycle for sure. Like they know that there is a they just jump into things sometimes without really thinking, and it's just really emotionally led. So I think in this regard, when maybe it was a relationship or something like that, they just didn't want to do that. We also have passion and mirroring. I feel like who you are right now represents who this person has been. And so maybe this person got a feeling about you that they're like a little nervous about, because they're like, is there a naivety here? That's not how you say that word, I don't think, whatever. But which is ironic once again, because like that's, I don't know. I feel like you guys haven't really got a chance to get close to each other and like fully have a heart-to-heart conversation where you could honestly explain where you're at. I feel like, so that being said, you just become another one of these people where they like intend to keep you at arm's length because they're afraid of maybe the judgments that could be pressed on them. But I think that's just because this person, like, I don't know, they don't want to seem down, because they want to seem like they want to seem honorable, but I feel like they're doing this in kind of like a weak way, where like they're succumbing to like feelings that they're not enough. Like, I don't know, it's something weird here where things are, it says grounded, but like they're grounded in something that's not healthy for them. Decision, direction. Misunderstood. You know, I think as I'm channeling this, I feel like this person really gets frazzled and like doesn't know what they're saying, in the sense that they don't like it's almost like things take over them. Like they start to say and do things that they're like, wait a second, that's exactly against what I just said that I wanted to do. So there's something about this person that is a little bit, that goes against themselves, that doesn't always help themselves. And I think that creates some sort of separations between them and other people. So like their intentions here are very weird, because they can't necessarily go forward in a way that like feels direct. Like it feels very like confusing, and like they don't necessarily know what they want, because they're almost like afraid of what they want. Maybe they're afraid of that what they want is going to not be perfect, which is funny because it's like nothing, like they have a fear about themselves not being perfect. So why are they afraid that what they want isn't perfect too? You know what I mean? Like it's weird. So I feel like this person doesn't want to hurt anybody, and that's what's kind of also clouding their judgment here is like maybe they are going through some type of separation. Like I said, either with you or with somebody else or something like that, where they're having a period of withdrawal that is really like emptying out their sacral energy and helping them start to distinguish, like, not in such a gluttonous way. Like they're like able to like really be like, okay, like I have the bare minimum here, like that they're working with, I should say. So I guess intentionality wise, they're trying to have more of a discerning eye for what they're getting involved in, because maybe their last relationship or something like that was something that they very much felt was a cycle for them. They got really looped into that. I mean, with jealousy here and judgment, that could be a big thing here, where like there was very possessive undertones or something where they felt like maybe like in their gut that there was something not right about the relationship, but they couldn't really figure out, like they weren't grounded in like a higher awareness, if that made sense. Like they felt more, I just felt confused. Yeah, I wonder if this person, like, I wonder what they're going through right now. I kind of want more tea on like specifics of their situation. That'll explain this intention better, because that's why I was like, the more that I'm trying to explain like what their intentions are, the more I'm getting away from it, I feel like. Yeah, because we have give it time, Mercury retrograde, sexuality. Yeah, this person wants you and they feel like they have this strong attraction to you, but they don't know exactly what it is that they're supposed to be doing with that in a way, in a direct way, if that makes sense. I feel like they're trying to mind their health. They're trying to make good decisions, like I said, when it comes to love and indulgence in relationships, because at one point or another, they were not making good choices and they were really overindulging in people and that feeling of like connection because of their bodily responses. But like at the end of the day, this is somebody that really didn't feel powerful in the positions that they were in. They felt really small and felt like almost like they weren't being really driven to success. Somebody else was leading the way that didn't have a clue of where they wanted to go, but this person did know. But they just feel like they were misdirected because they followed this other person that seemed to know exactly where they were going but did not. That really hurt this person, honestly. So I feel like their intentions here are to not be misled. Like they do not want to be taken off in a direction that they did not choose and that they did not approve of, honestly. And I feel like their body is starting to have more of a say. They're allowing their body to have more of a say. I need some coffee, speaking of. You know, it's funny because I got scared, like, as I was talking at the beginning of the reading, because, like I said, I couldn't, like, this person, and the way I was experiencing it for myself, like, they couldn't see what they were saying's point. Like, they couldn't see a direct answer coming out of what they were offering, and that really discouraged this person because I don't think they were used to that. I think this person, like, mentally is not in the best space. They realize that they're kind of ungrounded in their life right now. Maybe because, like, they were so... This person led with a lot of passivity in the past. Like, which is funny, leading with passivity, LOL. But, like, they were just, like, being led, essentially, and that did not go according to plan. That's just all I want to say for that. They don't really want to talk about it that much because they feel embarrassed. They feel like they misjudged a situation. They're starting to realize that the person that they were following was maybe jealous of them the whole time, which is not a good dynamic, honestly. Like, you need to follow someone with their own goals that hopefully align with yours. Like, I don't know. There's something weird where this person had to really, like, figure out what that was all about, is what I want to say, quote unquote. This person is, like, really, like, trying to sum things up in kind of a cryptic way. Like, this person doesn't want to seem weak and like they were in a bad situation. But they were, I feel like they definitely had something going on that they were not, it was not good. So, oh my God, I'm getting so sidetracked. What are their intentions? They don't know. They don't know. They literally just need a moment to let their body answer, to trust their body's answer. They're meditating. They're like looking at their choices. I think they circle back to you a lot, honestly, with the round and round Mercury retrograde. Like, they think about you. Maybe they think about if they give it a little time between you two, like maybe they can circle back after a period of separation and have an honest conversation with you about like where they were at. In a lot of ways, I feel like this person intends to come back around to communicate with you. Maybe you made that an open door for them somehow. Let's talk more about this Three of Swords though, because like what's that? I mean, obviously there's fears here that they're trying to heal, but what is the... We have divorce, moving, challenges, cycles. So, okay, this person's currently going through something, so I can't, you know, and maybe when things started with you, like their intentions started out like in that meditative zone, like I said, like really trying to figure things out. And I think through conversation with you and realizing that you are a valuable option to them, they started to realize what they have to do in order to prepare to accept anything like that, or to actually move forward with their feelings. Because like I said, if this person is just now getting to the point where they trust their emotional response to something, because maybe this person was jaded in the past and like just did not do that, so something happened and now they're like, I have to follow this now. So yeah, this person will not be misled, I will say. So they are very intentionally making choices, and right now their choice is to focus on healing, focus on understanding the directions that they would take based off of their different decisions, which I feel like they've demonstrated that to you. I feel like it's been very apparent that this person is like they've either said it to you or they like have displayed it to you, or both. Honestly, I feel like that's the best answer, is that they have walked the walk, talked the talk, and like literally said, like, I am healing. I am trying to make a decision on what direction I'm taking my life. Maybe this person, like I said, is going through a separation, a divorce, or something like that. Like they have serious things to consider, and I don't think it's something that like has to do with an ick for you, like, or anything like that. I feel like this person may have gotten an emotional like a gut reaction to a situation because they realized that they weren't ready. They realized that they were going to be continuing a cycle if they went the path that they were going to originally pick. What's that jealousy energy? Long-term mirroring message. I feel like they were already starting to feel themselves like get a good vibe towards you, and they're like, oh God, like this is already starting, you know, I'm not over the last, I can't get under the next, you know, like they weren't ready for that yet. Maybe sexuality was a part of that. Maybe when things start to get a little bit more intimate or sexual or something like that, it started to be like even though they, like, you guys started off addressing that, like maybe, like I said, you guys are both like, I like you, you're cute, you're blah blah blah, like it was obvious, like verbally said, but once it got to be more of like a what if this were to happen type thing, like, and they felt it in their body, they were like, oh my God, like it made them so anxious, and like they realized that they're like, okay, I need time and space here for me to be ready for this, because as the Maiden of Wands, like they're feeling pretty new to things, you know. This could have been someone, like I said, that is getting out of a long-term relationship, and the idea of like being intimate with somebody else, like having sex with somebody else, could scare the crap out of them. Like they could be terrified about it, but they might not want to show that. You know, I think they're afraid of like messing up their response to you, so maybe they kind of like hid their feelings about it and just kind of made a grounded decision of like, okay, I'm not ready, like I need to figure things out. So that's interesting. Let's pull you guys some message cards here to see what is the intention for pile 3 when it comes to you. Okay. We have can't see past it. I can't feel like they can't see past the sexual charisma that they have with you, like the chemistry. I feel like that's something that they're like, this is it, like isn't going away. That's why I feel like give it time, and like the circling back Mercury retrograde energy, like they're sitting on it. They know it's there. Yeah, we have they are loyal. So again, they kind of struggle with like being overly loyal to whoever they have, kind of this like whoever has this hook on their sacral chakra. So them being in limbo maybe is like why they're like not in the best state to like move in any specific direction. Like they need time to like go back over things. But you're already on their radar. That's the thing though. Like even if they are realizing like, fuck, I still have to clear out and heal things about my ex, like they're starting to realize like, well, there's already this new girl that I'm considering. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're already in the roster in that regard, but they're trying to clear it out. Oh yeah, they want the family white picket fence with you. This person falls hard fast, and I think they already did with you, and I feel like that is what made them backtrack a little bit and be like, wait a second, I'm getting a little too like in over my head for where I'm emotionally at right now. Like this person feels like they're in a darker place. We have in a relationship, but someone else owns their heart. So I don't know if that's necessarily the vibe. I mean, like I said, they could be married and separated, but they're realizing like, oh my God, I have like ties towards another person or something. But like, yeah, that's like what I'm saying is like they're caught between two people right now. Not necessarily in the sense of like they're dating one and like cheating on one, but like more so like they're coming out of a relationship with someone where they're realizing they have to heal those past feelings or past issues or whatever. And then they see a new start and they're like, okay, this is the goal. And that is where my like, you know, sacral energy and like my zest, my willpower is kind of being pulled, but I'm like still caught, you know, they're still caught up on their ex. So they look at old pics and videos of you. So this could be them looking at pics of their ex, honestly, or honestly looking at you. Like I said, like whatever you guys' status is, because I feel like you guys are on the back burner right now. So they could be looking at pictures of you actually, but also, like I said, the ex energy is coming in strong, but you are also an ex to them somehow in their eyes. So take that for what it's worth. Yeah, we have they want to be alone. Exactly. They realize that like this is a really complicated energy to be in, to be feeling romantic about two people. Heartfelt passion, exactly. This person is very passionate. They have a lot of fire. They have a lot of charisma. They have a lot of zest. But they also think a lot, and they think progressively. They think about what's going to be best for them and everybody and blah, 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 blah. So like, you know, they're trying to make a good choice here, but overall that makes it feel like it's very well intended. Like, I don't think they want to mess up and hurt anybody. I think they want to make the right choice. Maybe they have been in situations where they felt like they weren't, I don't know, this person wants to be loyal, but some like circumstances of their life are really testing what loyalty even is. And I think that is a big lesson for this person in their lifetime, is understanding the depth of loyalty and what that means in regards to how you move in the world. That's very interesting. I feel like they intend to be loyal to you, but the definition of what that loyalty is still in question because they don't know their direction yet. Okay. I feel like that clarified everything. So that was a weird freaking message. I'm not going to lie, but I kind of like that. I feel like this person is complex. So to be weird is to give them honor to their complexities, you know? So that being said, group 3, I hope this message resonated. And if it did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages like this. If you want to book a reading with me, you can check out my website, link down below. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, what if it's still alive at this point, you know, because of everything going on with the TikTok ban. But anyways, you know, follow me wherever you can. And yeah, I'll see you guys on a later video.